Hey, so if you own a company in the high ticket space, so you're a coach, you're a consultant, maybe you have an agency, you have a mastermind, a community, right? And you have sales calls, right? So you have to book sales calls into a calendar. Maybe you're the founder doing founder-led sales still. Maybe you have one or two sales guys. Maybe you do have a bigger team. And you're trying to break that elusive six-figure month or maybe even $1 million month. This is the exact formula that I use. And this is how I scaled a couple of my own companies up to 3-5 million a year in just 6 to 11 months. So like I took a real estate education company I had. Our first year we did 3.5 million. And I built the sales team around this formula because you probably have some different frustrations if you're in this high ticket space and you have a sales team because you're constantly churning salespeople. You maybe have issues with up and down lead flow. You're maybe having issues with, trying to bring in a remote closer and they don't do a good job and it's costly to put calls in the calendar. Well, all of those fixes first come from tracking the right data, right? And unfortunately, like RevOps is not the strong suit with most high ticket companies. That's okay, right? Because we all have our different skill sets. So, from being Alex Hormozi's first closer and top closer on his sales team, building multiple companies to multiple seven figures and really specializing in like building the sales organization. We use this formula. It's called the momentum formula. Okay. So I use a framework called the sales machine flywheel and telemetry, which is like the data collection and tracking is the first spoke in that process. And what we track through the data, because you want to like distill things down to a singular metric, right? To know if you're growing in the right way. And it's this momentum formula. And basically momentum is a few different things that you should be tracking. And if you're not, it's okay. That's why you're watching this video. And I'm going to walk you through it right now. So momentum, which is it's a metric that is a dollar amount, is your leads. And you guys usually probably track in a 30-day period, right? That's how I've always tracked in this high ticket space. So you track in 30-day periods. So you got leads in that period times the lead efficiency, which is what percentage of these leads turned into booked calls. And then booked calls, this would be your call completion percentage, right? So your true show up rate, which is not the opposite of your no-show rate, right? Because your call completion rate is literally they came to the call and you made an offer, right? That's a completed call. Because then there's going to be DQs, there's going to be admin canceled, right? You canceled somebody off the calendar. There's going to be reschedules, which is like a duplicate booking, right? But it's the same lead. So your call completion percentage, then your conversion, right? Percentage, you guys probably track that one. Your average revenue per unit. So when you bring in a new unit, what is that average revenue from the unit on average? And then we're looking at a period of 30 days. So if you track on a different period, you would change that to 60-day periods, or if you track quarterly, then 90. And then you divide that by your lead age, the average lead age. Because your sales cycle, it's probably transactional, it's fast-paced, right? Typical lead age I see in this space is as small as 7 or 8 days, and as long as 100 or 200 days, right? Because if you have good nurture, like you have your funnel and you have good nurture with email and all that kind of stuff, and you have content, right? And people need more time to consume more content with you before they become a buyer. We're tracking that, but you can see how this is going to help indicate how well you're doing and if your momentum number is increasing month after month. Okay, so we're gonna walk through this, and there's a few different things that you guys should be tracking then. And this is, I'm not gonna go through the whole dashboard. If you want a copy of a dashboard, you can just comment dashboard. I'll send you like a free copy of the dashboard that I use that you can plug in with Zapier and track all your stuff and then figure out your momentum number yourself. So a few different things. So how many leads in the period? Let's say we got 700. Let's say calls in the period, we got 185. So then lead efficiency, which is calls divided by leads, it's like 26%. You can check my math. And then we would want to track how many completed calls. Let's say there was 118 completed calls. So then your call completion percentage would be 63%. And then how many new units did you sign up? Okay, and let's say you signed up 39 from 118 calls. So then your conversion percentage is 39 over the 118. And then let's say your average revenue per sale is 8K. And then lead age. Okay, lead age is one you guys probably don't track. This is a less common one to track. However, in like the SaaS software, enterprise level companies, they do track lead age. Lead age is essentially the number of days between them becoming a lead and becoming a sale, right? Or a client or a customer. And so each of these 39 has a lead age. One of them might have 19 days. One of them might have 50 days. One of them might have 7 days. You'd add up all the days of all the units, divide it by the 39 units, and that's your average lead age. And I'm just gonna make one up. So let's say the average lead age is 17 days, okay? So now to figure out your momentum number, and then we can walk through like how you can have some leading indicators, right? Because your momentum number is a trailing indicator, right? And so there's other stuff that you're looking at, like your cost per lead. Is that above or under KPI for your business? You'd be looking at cost per call. Is that above or under your KPI for your business? Is your lead efficiency above or under your KPI, right? So like those leading indicators that lead to this trailing indicator of momentum, that's where like throughout the week, throughout the month, you guys are tracking those and deciding how to manipulate the funnel, how to manipulate the training that the guys are doing, how to manipulate some of like your systems and processes for getting more calls booked or DQing and filtering leads differently, all that kind of stuff, right? And I'm not gonna use this video to get into all that, but those are things that you're looking at. But let's go ahead and do our little formula now. Momentum for this example, leads, 700 times by lead efficiency, 26%, times by your show up rate or your call completion rate, 63%, times by your conversion rate, 33%, times by your average revenue per sale, 8K, times by 30 divided by 17. Is 513. So now this would be, so we would help figure out like the last 90 days, we get all the data and figure out their baseline momentum number. So that way, month after month, the momentum number should be going up. And you're doing that, you're manipulating that, growing the sales team based on increasing lead flow, getting more of those leads to turn into calls, right? So increasing that efficiency, increasing your completion rate, right? How do we make more offers? Increasing the closing percentage, like getting your guys trained up and better managed, and what objections do they need to be role playing and training. Increasing your average revenue per customer, right? And that's through pricing, money models, upsells, resells, retention, etc. And then decreasing that sales cycle, right? Trying to drop the number of days it takes a lead to a close. And that's how you guys can track with momentum to know if you guys are growing and moving in the right direction. And if you're not, if it's, month after month, it's like, well, we went from 700 leads to 600 leads. Okay, we got to look at marketing, right? Or it's like, well, we went from 26% to 15%. Like, what are the setters doing? Like, we got to identify, like, we need quality assurance. Are they saying the right stuff? Call completion rate, right? Like, are we doing good handoffs between setters and closers? Do we have the right sequence after someone books a call to get people to content binge and warmed up to your brand so they trust you, like you, they actually want to show up to the call, right? And now you can kind of understand how to train and manage the team. Now, if you like this content or this helped, please give me a like and a subscribe. And that way you can see other videos that I'm releasing. I want to help you guys and make your sales teams better. And then, yeah, if you want a copy of the sheet that I use, it's a very simple sheet that you can input all of your stuff into to figure out your baseline momentum number. You can just comment dashboard and I can send that to you.